All I'm saying is, and I'm not the only one who thinks this, if Merlin was done by NBC Network, then Merlin and Gwaine would have definitely fucked at some point. I'm just saying it would have been a casual thing, they would have both been drunk, they would have woken up in the morning and laughed about it. Merlin would never ever ever mention it in front of Arthur, ever ever ever, and Gwaine, quite conversely, would bring it up at every single opportunity he possibly could, especially at important feasts, just to see the look on Arthur's face. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've been around here long enough, you may know that I too have survived the Merlin apocalypse. Shh, it's okay Merlin, you're okay. It's left me with a couple of scars. Scars that run deep. Scars that run so deep that I don't need notes for this video, because this video has been in my heart for the past 6 years, and it's never gonna leave. Let me preface this with saying, I fucking love that show. I love that show. He's literally on my wall. There's no reason why I shouldn't love this show. I love the characters so much, but I would have done the last season and a half very, very differently. So here is my how Merlin should have ended, Gemma's rewrite 2K17, because I can't be bothered to write this down in a proper fanfic, because even though I'm a creative writer, I'm very, very lazy. 2K17. We're gonna start here at the beginning of season 4, because I always think of Merlin as series 1 to 5 as being very much in two separate parts. There's series 1 to 3, which is very much like the kids show, they kind of set things up, there's a baddie of the week type scenario, and series 4 and 5, which are similar, but they're just generally a lot more darker and they tackle more adult themes, and so I'm going to concentrate just on series 4 and 5, and if I was to rewrite this show, I would basically rewrite these two later seasons. So first thing I would do, I would keep the first 3 episodes, because everyone loves a good old injured Merlin, everyone loves a good old angsty Arthur watching Merlin be carried away on a horse. Uther can die as well. Okay, that would be the setup, that would be the setup. We got our angst and we got our Uther dying. Here's what I don't want. Agravaine, you can go fuck yourself. Nobody wants you here. Apologies to the Agravaine fans, all like 3 of you, but all he does is walk around being a wannabe Severus Snape and trying to get in Morgana's pants. I don't want you in my plotline. Thank you very much. Instead, I would like to swap the whole Mordred plotline from series 5. I'm just gonna plonk that straight into series 4. It will fit all of your pacing issues. It will be great because it will be a situation, it's like, Uther's dead. This vaguely attractive young magic person, this is a perfect opportunity for me to go into Camelot. I don't know why I would wait a whole season to have already done this. I want to basically do all of the Mordred plotline, instead of being in season 5, have it in season 4. I want Merlin being angsty about this prophecy shit going on. Pop it in season 4. But this, my friends, this is where things start to change just a little bit. So, do you remember that episode, and it's like, what causes Mordred to like snap? There was a woman and she had magic, and then didn't she get killed? Mordred loses his shit a little bit, and then he bursts out of the cell that he's in, doesn't he? And he goes to Morgana. Great. Mordred goes to Morgana, who is gonna be smart this time, and she's not just gonna go wait in a hovel for however many fucking years. She's gonna be like making allies and shit in the meantime whilst all of this is, you know, happening. And we have that big dramatic scene that we had at the end of season 5, and Morgana's like, tell me who Emrys is. My lady, Emrys is Merlin. Neither of them speak like that, but they do in my head. And if I also remember correctly, Morgana's retaliation to finding out that it was Merlin who was Emrys all along is to send a giant magic slug to Merlin as a sort of like, well, fuck you too present. And that's fine. I can dig magic slugs, but I want something a lot more dramatic than that. So Morgana's like, okay, I'm gonna storm Camelot again because I've got a bigger army, I know what I'm doing now, and most importantly, I know who Emrys is. So I know exactly who to aim for, and I don't want to send some magic ass CGI magic sucking slug. I, Morgana, I'm gonna go myself. I want this to take place at the finale of season 4, right? It's gotta be suitably dramatic. Arthur's gonna be like, what do we do? Merlin's gonna be like, I'll always be here, you know that. It will be fine, Arthur. We've literally defeated her the previous 4 times that she's tried to do this, so I don't know why you're worrying. Oh, Merlin, you're so sexy when you're so sure of yourself. I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, great. Horns are blaring. Morgana's army is storming into the castle, and Morgana, just Morgana mind you, sneaks into the castle because, again, why have logic like guards and, you know, gates that can't be opened with magic? She's like, I know exactly what I need to do, basically to make Camelot weak, because let's be honest, if Merlin wasn't there, Camelot would have fallen the first time that Morgana or some other army tried to storm the castle. Morgana goes straight to wherever Merlin is. Oh, hello Merlin, or should I say, Emrys. What's it like blaming me for going rogue when this is basically your fault? I want her to be like, you're accusing me of being evil, and yet you let a scared, frightened girl, your friend, go down the dark side because you were too scared of being vulnerable yourself? Like, Merlin cannot blame Morgana for being a bad person when literally one of the main reasons why Morgana is a bad person was because Merlin was being a bad person in the first place. She has like a complete right to be angry. I want to see her basically go, alright, I may have been banished and basically rejected by everyone I know and love, but now I'm gonna do the exact same fucking thing to you. I want Merlin to be like, don't do this, Morgana. I want Morgana to be like, Morgana has distracted Merlin so much doing all of this shit, firing some firebolts at him, I don't know, chucking a load of things at him with magic, you know, the Merlin usual. The rest of the castle, it's been stormed. Morgana basically ends up coaxing Merlin to, let's say, the Great Hall. All of the knights and Arthur, they're all in there, they're all tied up. They see Merlin run into the Great Hall thinking he's chasing after Morgana, and he sees this. And Morgana's like, Merlin, so glad that you could join the party. Here's all your knights, here's your precious king. Do you wanna tell them what I found out? And Merlin would obviously be like, Morgana, I don't know what you're talking about, let them go. And Morgana needs to reveal Merlin's magic in the worst possible way. So I think Morgana would be like, you know Emrys, guys, you know the guy that you've all been hearing about and I've all been hearing about. Yeah, it's Merlin. And then she would turn around and be like, go and tell them, Merlin. Tell them it's you. And Merlin would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because Merlin would never, ever just reveal it. Too much time has passed. Too much shit has happened. Like, and she would probably come up to Merlin, who by this point would be tracked by a load of guards and what have you. And Morgana, like, puts a knife to his throat. Tell them that you're Emrys or I'll kill you. And Merlin's like, I'll never tell you anything, Morgana. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I thought you wouldn't. Oh well. She just walks straight over to Arthur and all the knights, who are like all kneeling on the floor, they're all being bound, and she just fucking goes and stabs Arthur. Give me that sweet, sweet angst. So Arthur is dying on the floor. He's got a massive fucking stab in his stomach or some shit like that. He's just bleeding. Merlin is panicking. All the knights are panicking. Morgana's doing her evil laughy smirk thing. And she says to Merlin, either you do magic right here, right now, in front of all of these people who you've lied to, or Arthur's gonna die. Sorry about that, mate. Merlin, of course, he would heal Arthur. He would run over. He would grab Arthur in his scrawny arms. He'd be like, Arthur, it's okay, it's okay. And Arthur would be there, like, lying at the floor going, it's okay, Merlin, don't be upset, and probably call him a clotpole or something like that. Merlin would be like, it's okay, Arthur, I'm gonna fix everything now. And he would heal him in front of all the other people. And it would be so emotional, and this is why I'm usually drunk when I do things like this. His magic's being revealed and he just wants to save Arthur. And he would be so mad. He would be so angry over what Morgana's done. And he would just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck everything. I've just revealed my magic. You know what, bitch? I ain't got nothing to lose. I want Merlin to go on a full-on fucking power rampage because I've wanted to see that for the whole 5 fucking seasons. I don't feel like we got enough. We gotta see him chuck a few people around. Oh no, no, no. I wanna see a full-scale fuck you-a-thon. I wanna see him magic those chains off the knights. I wanna see him basically single-handedly take out every single evil person in that room. Arthur's nearly died. I've revealed my magic. I don't know what's happening. So basically, by the end, Morgana's been like, oh fuck, what have I done? I really fucked up. I didn't think about this. She's ran away, okay? Because of course she has. Basically, all of her army are decimated by Merlin, okay? There ain't no one left. The silence afterwards. He's standing there. He's lost. His face is blank. And you can see coming through the mist of the courtyard in the centre of the castle, where Merlin is standing surrounded by all of these dead people. It's Gwaine. And he's like, Merlin, come with me. You gotta come with me. So they go up to the Great Hall again. And all of the council are there and Arthur's there. And he's like, you lied to me. And Merlin's like, I know. I've just seen you kill 200 people and you lied to me. You had all of this power. You're dangerous. I can't let you stay. Because of course Arthur would be so mad. Merlin would just be standing there still and silent and shocked. He's like, okay. And Arthur's like, magic has no place in Camelot. I've seen what you've done, what danger you are to my people. He's like, you've got to leave for nothing more than the sake of our relationship alone. I'll give you till daybreak to leave the castle. And Arthur leaves through the back door of the Great Hall, and it would be so upsetting. And Merlin would be calling Arthur's name like, Arthur, please talk to me. And Gwaine would be coming up to Merlin like, come on Merlin, let's go, let's just go. So he takes Merlin out and Merlin's crying and God, I'm crying. Getting all this stuff, all Merlin's stuff, and putting it in bags and making sure he's ready. What do I do? What do I do, Gwaine? He doesn't want to see me anymore. He thinks I'm a monster. And Gwaine's like, it's okay, we're calming down, but you need to leave, you need to be safe. It's not safe for you here right now. And it would be all of the people watching him leave, but Arthur would be the one person who wouldn't be there. And Merlin would leave. And that would be the end of the series 4. And that's just so angsty. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's too much. So anyway, that would be the end of season 4. Oh no, this is already 40 minutes long. I've already gone through one memory card. Oh god. Why did I do this to myself? And then we move on to season 5. And basically with this season, what I want to do is I don't really care about any other plot line, to be perfectly honest. People can invade Camelot, I don't give a shit. But I basically want Arthur's mental journey that we witnessed in the final half an hour of season 5 to basically be stretched out this whole season. Merlin's been gone for a couple of months. Arthur, because he's Arthur, has been just sad. He's fluctuated between being angry and sad and heartbroken. It's like, you know how Uther was at the beginning of season 4 because of how Morgana betrayed him? I want a similar sort of thing with that. And maybe all of this is going on and there's some other threatening Camelot, and Arthur is just not the right person right now to deal with this, and it's basically too big and too powerful to anyone to deal with. And guys is like, I'm sorry, the only person who can really sort this out is our boy Merlin. I want Gwaine to basically visit Arthur one night in his chambers and be like, hey look, mate, I know I'm your knight, I know I wear your colours, but really, I'm here for Merlin, and you're being an idiot, quite frankly. If you're not gonna find Merlin to sort this problem out, than I am. Fuck Camelot. So he sods off and leaves. Another couple of episodes. Gwaine's off in the fuck middle of nowhere. And Gwaine, because she's the only smart person in the entirety of that fucking kingdom, it's like, Arthur, do you really think Merlin was evil? He would have saved you. He would have healed you. He would have healed your wounds. And Arthur's like, oh, but he killed all these people. It's like, yes! To defend you, Arthur, you fucking idiot. I should have dated Morgana. She would have been so much better for my stress levels. That starts Arthur thinking like, maybe everyone is right and I'm wrong because I'm just being an idiot. It's not like I haven't been that for the past 4.5 series. So Gwaine has been travelling the whole of Albion trying to find Merlin, and there are whispers of this powerful sorcerer who's been hanging out with the druids, and he's like, found him. He finds the druids. Hello, have you seen this dude? He's kind of tall, kind of scrawny, he's got big ears. And from the hooded figures arrives another slightly taller hooded figure who takes off his hood, and he's like, Gwaine? And then it cuts to nighttime because deep conversations have to happen by the fire in this show at night with everyone else sleeping, okay? Gwaine and Merlin are sitting by the fire. Merlin, where have you been? What have you been doing? Okay, I've been training up with the druids. But Gwaine's like, but Camelot, it's not doing great without you. Arthur's been literally in a mood for like the past 2 months or what have you. Can you come back? Like, I can't do that, Gwaine. He hates me. I lied to him. I did all I could, but Arthur's better off without me now. And Gwaine's like, Merlin, you don't understand. Arthur's only ever been good because he is you. And Camelot's only ever been good because you've been there. We miss you. Please, literally, we've been driven mad by Arthur's moping. You're the only one who can make him happy. Please come home. Man is like, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'll come home, fine. Gwaine and Merlin trot it back to Camelot just in the nick of time to see Arthur, who's finally got his act together, having been metaphorically kicked in the ass by Gwaine, charging at this magical monster or some shit. Just as he's about to hit it, Merlin enchants his sword, and together they save the day. The beast is dead. Arthur kind of gets off his horse or what have you. He turns around and he sees Merlin and Gwaine there. And there's this moment of like tension because everyone's like, okay, what do we do now? Are we gonna break up a fight? And so Arthur's like, come with me. Time for the deep, meaningful conversations. Merlin and Arthur go to Arthur's chambers. If you've read any Merlin fanfic, you know exactly how this conversation goes. It's gonna have Merlin basically, in some other words, saying that he loves Arthur and that he would never ever hurt Arthur, and everything that he's ever done in his entire life is basically to protect Arthur because that's love, bitches. And I want this sort of very slow being the key word, not in the last half an hour of this fucking show, everyone kind of re-getting to know each other. I want the knights to be training and I want them to be like, hey Merlin, you kicked those guys' asses a couple of months back. Can you kick our asses too? And Merlin's like, I don't think that's a good idea. And they're like, yeah, I know, I think you should do it. And Merlin's like, okay, fine, okay. And I want Arthur to be kind of off in the distance, watching, not really joining in, and for him to see all of the knights be attacked with magic and just be like, lol, that was fun, oh my god, can you throw me back again? And I basically want Merlin to just kind of show he's got all this power, but he's still just Merlin. He's still a massive fucking dork. Some other scenes, I want Merlin to have a scene where he's basically like to Arthur, like, hey, this is the list of times that I've saved your life. Part 1. And I want basically Arthur to realise how much Merlin has done for him at a climactic moment. Maybe they're fighting someone, maybe they've been captured by bandits, what have you, it doesn't matter. I want Arthur to be like, thank you for everything you've done for me, because I know I never thanked you before, and I know probably no one's ever thanked you, so I just wanted to say thank you, and I want it to be this just bonding, touching moment between the two of them, and for Arthur not to be dying whilst this is happening. Basically, this to get to a point, Arthur's like, you know what? This is stupid. We should repeal the laws against magic, and everyone's going, yes! truth. Arthur, being the proud boyfriend that he is, Merlin, come here. I need you to do something for me. So Merlin kind of like, okay. So he walks into this great hall. Merlin, I'm repealing the laws against magic and I want you to be court sorcerer. And I just want one episode. I want one episode where Merlin is happy. I want him to have 10 minutes in the limelight where everyone just is nice to him. And then the finale comes along. Oh boy. Arthur can choose to die or not die. I'm gonna do the not die option. I want Morgana, in this meantime, to have summoned every single magical bandit who could ever possibly have any vendetta over the fact that Merlin, who's Emerus, who's meant to be like freeing them, like hasn't freed them yet. So Morgana to have basically amassed this one final magical battle. And Merlin's like, it's cool, it's chill. Do you remember when I was gone because you banished me for 3 months? Well, I made some really good friends with the druids. So they ride into the nondescript magical woods and all the druids are there. Hey guys, now's your time to shine. I've done what the prophecy said, brought magic back to Camelot. You know, the thing that we've been trying to achieve for the whole of this show that only a stupid writer wouldn't actually follow through with at the end of the series. Ha! And they're like, okay, so is this magic final battle to end all battles, okay? We got the druids and Merlin on one side. You've got Morgana and her like magical bunch of renegades swinging of swords, fighting, shooting their fireballs, doing this thing. I want there to be a moment where they're like, shit, like we don't have enough. We don't have enough people. The druids are great and all like that, but Morgana has like a really big army because like we've pissed a lot of people off. I want it to be the height of the battle. And Merlin's like, you know what? I didn't want to have to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to do this. Merlin goes down to the courtyard and he starts to summon the dragon. Now, we as the audience think, okay, cool, right, fine, Kilgara's gonna like pop along, you know, he'll be fine, he could win the battle. But no, when we're expecting one dragon, actually, we look up into the sky and we see, albeit small, but 20 dragons all flying in. No! Dude, come on, please. Look, Moth, I don't want you in my video. Don't do this, okay? Stay behind there. Okay, right, anyway, do you remember what I was saying about Merlin having gone for a couple of months and he was with the druids? Now, he was with the druids, but he was also doing something else in the meantime. He was travelling around Albion and he was finding the last of the dragon eggs. And he... Oh, come on, dude, look, you can't be part of the video. Okay, he's gone underneath the bed. He may come up at any point. It's fine, I'll deal with him then. He has been going around the whole of the kingdom. He's been finding and hatching the last of the dragon eggs. And in this moment, he's like, okay, cool, let's summon them up. The cavalry has arrived. They all start to rip through Morgana's army. Camelot's like, yay! And whilst all this is happening, I want Arthur to be the person who defeats Morgana. It shouldn't be Merlin, it needs to be Arthur because they too need that moment of retribution and that moment of finally coming together at the very end of it all. I want Morgana and Arthur to be on very, very equal sword fighting terms. I want them to both have swords that are enchanted so they're just as powerful as one another. I want them to fight. I want them both to mention like how it's old times and like when they used to spar together. And I want Arthur to finally beat Morgana. And I want Arthur to say to Morgana, I'm sorry everything has happened to you. And I want Morgana to be like, I know. And I want her to see that despite everything, her brother still loves her just a little bit. And that she did have people who cared about her. And it's gonna get really emotional again. So, the battle is won. 99% of the people who have ever disagreed with Arthur are conveniently now dead. Morgana is dead. And we are left at the end of the series. Albion is all together. Everyone is happy. Arthur and Merlin are finally shagging. Gwen and Gwaine are also involved in this polyamorous relationship. And who knows, maybe Lancelot can come back from the dead and join in with the fivesome as well. But apart from the orgy, I just want one final scene. And it's gotta be Arthur and Merlin, because this series is after all about Arthur and Merlin. And it's gotta be them on the top of the castle, looking out over the kingdom. And I just want this one moment of acknowledgement, like, you know what? We did well. Okay, that's how it should have ended. Yeah, that is how Merlin should have ended, with Arthur and Merlin just smiling at each other looking out over their kingdom. Oh boy! So I hope you enjoyed my ridiculously long rant about how Merlin should have ended. If you'd like me to do like a series of like how this series should have ended, Sherlock, then please let me know. And I will see you guys soon. Like if you think gay love should pierce through the veil of death and save the day. I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye!